Part 1, The American Dream. The American Dream, a phrase that has inspired generations of people to pursue their dreams and achieve success in the land of opportunity. For years, the United States was a beacon of hope for people from all over the world who sought a better life. The country promised the chance to achieve prosperity, freedom, and happiness through hard work and determination. During the post-World War II era, the American dream became a reality for many. The middle class grew, and families enjoyed a comfortable standard of living. Homeownership was attainable, and people felt secure in their jobs. It seemed as though anything was possible in America. However, the 2008 financial crisis shattered this illusion. The collapse of the housing market caused millions of people to lose their homes and savings. Many people who had achieved the American dream were suddenly thrust into poverty. The middle class began to shrink, and income inequality rose to historic levels. The reasons for the financial crisis were complex, but one factor was the aggressive lending practices of banks and financial institutions. They approved mortgages for people who couldn't afford them, creating a housing bubble that eventually burst. The ripple effect of this collapse was felt throughout the economy, causing businesses to fail, unemployment to rise, and families to struggle. In the aftermath of the crisis, many people lost faith in the American dream. They no longer believed that hard work and determination could lead to success. The middle class, once a cornerstone of American society, began to shrink. Median wealth levels fell dramatically, and the gap between the rich and poor widened. As the dust settled, many Americans were left wondering how the dream had become a distant memory. The answer was complex and multifaceted, but it was clear that the system had failed many people. The American dream had become a myth, and the road to prosperity was no longer as straightforward as it once seemed. But amidst the uncertainty and disillusionment, a new generation emerged. They refused to give up on the dream and instead sought to redefine it for a new era. They recognized the challenges of the modern economy but believed that with hard work, determination, and a bit of luck, they could still achieve their goals. Part 1 sets the stage for the story of how the American dream was lost and how a new generation of Americans sought to redefine it. The financial crisis was a turning point in American history, and its impact is still felt today. The question is, will the dream be restored, or will it remain a distant memory? Part 2, The Decline of Middle-Class Wealth. As the years went by, the American dream slipped further and further away for many families. The decline of middle-class wealth was a slow and steady process, marked by stagnant wages, disappearing job opportunities, and rising costs of living. For some, the dream of owning a home became an unattainable fantasy. Others found themselves living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. In the early 2000s, the economy appeared to be booming. The housing market was on the rise, and people were buying and selling homes like hotcakes. But beneath the surface, there were warning signs. Banks were issuing risky loans to people who couldn't afford them, and the housing bubble was getting ready to burst. When the financial crisis hit in 2008, it was like a bomb went off. The stock market crashed, banks failed, and millions of Americans lost their jobs and homes. The impact on the middle class was devastating. Many people lost their life savings and their ability to provide for their families. The once stable foundation of the middle class had crumbled, leaving families in a state of financial insecurity. Despite efforts to recover, the middle class has not fully bounced back. Wealth inequality continues to grow, and the divide between the rich and the poor has widened. This is the story of how the decline of middle-class wealth has affected the lives of millions of Americans, and the uncertain future that lies ahead. Part 3, Rebuilding the American Dream. The future of the American dream rests on the resilience of the middle class. Through the challenges of the past, a new wave of innovative solutions has emerged to pave the way for a brighter future. From the development of new technologies to the expansion of affordable housing, the seeds of change have been sown. This is the story of how the middle class can rebuild and reclaim their place in the American economy. Education and entrepreneurship are key components of the rebuilding process. By investing in education and providing more opportunities for entrepreneurship, the middle class can rise to new heights. Access to affordable and high-quality education can equip individuals with the skills they need to compete in a rapidly changing job market. Entrepreneurship can provide an avenue for wealth creation and economic mobility, helping to break the cycle of poverty. The housing market is another area that holds promise for the middle class. Innovative solutions such as co-housing and shared equity models can help make homeownership more accessible and affordable for families struggling to make ends meet. Community land trusts and other similar models offer a path to sustainable and affordable housing for those in need. While there is much work to be done, the rebuilding of the American dream is within reach. By coming together and embracing new ideas and solutions, the middle class can once again thrive and enjoy the prosperity they once knew. This is the story of hope and possibility, of a future where the American dream is alive and well for all who seek it.